Thank you for listening to the Bad Patches Podcast, episode 13. On today's episode, we discuss other podcasts. Anyway, I was listening to the new episode of Whiskey Ginger with Andrew Santino and Kumail Nanjiani, and it kind of just brought me back to the simpler days. I remember when listening to podcasts was just like a casual conversation, and that episode in particular is kind of what I want out of like a celebrity interview type thing. Like they're just talking about movies, lines they like from a movie, food, like basic things that all of us, can take part in, right? They go about how dark the first Batman movie was. They talk about the Batman voice, how Christian Bale has always started that whole "I'm Batman" type of thing, and then everybody after started changing their voice, while the original Michael Keaton was just his regular voice. It wasn't like doing anything extra to make him sound tougher or whatever. And that's kind of like what I like. Like I like those just regular conversations. Like that's something so. It's like talking to a friend. Like I've listened to Kumail's podcast, like when he started Indoor Kids back in God knows when. That's when Chris Hardwick still owned Nerdist podcast and his Nerdist empire. So that's where I knew Kumail from, and he used to do his podcast with his wife Emily, and it was just talking about video games, but it was so like just talking to your friends about a subject that you like. So it was easy to get into, it was easy to like them, and I find that a lot of podcasts nowadays is just like they're like super complicated. Like don't get me wrong, like I'll appreciate a good episode, like a Huberman episode or Dr. Rhonda Patrick episode, but I gotta listen to those like multiple times, and I feel like if I don't pay attention for like a second, like I'm already lost in whatever subject matter that we're talking to. So maybe it's like a niche that all those smart type of podcasts are aimed for. Like I'm interested in health and everything, but once it starts to be like super sciencey, like it's hard to follow, and it takes me a longer time to get through that episode, right? I remember like when I started listening to podcasts, like I don't think it was like that. Like Nerdist had a bunch of like celebrities on there, and I think they were all just mostly just talking about nerd stuff, which is great. Like they were just talking about movies, comic books, comedy, and of course they would promote the movie or whatever they were in there for, but it never got like super like technical or bullshitty. Like sometimes I feel like it's too like they try to be like reporters sometimes. Like they try to get like deep interviews, and I don't know, like do you guys feel like you rather just listen to a casual conversation? You're just like a fly on the wall and listening to them talk about what you and your friends would talk about. That's what I want, and that's what you get from that new Whiskey Ginger podcast episode with Kumail. So if you're looking for something to listen to, go ahead and give that a try. I'm pretty sure you'll like it from the start. So yeah, that's a little piece of info. And then the other thing, like, and this is just might be me because I do this a lot, and I think it's just my wife finds it weird, and I think I've always done it. But like I'll have conversations in my head, right? And I'll imagine this scenario, like meeting a celebrity and how the interaction would go, and then I will recreate that, because while I was listening to that episode, I was like in my head like, oh, like it'd be cool, like if I run into Kumail and I'm like, oh, like I've listened to you since the Indoor Kids podcast days, and I really loved like your this new episode you did, and like I remember like going to see The Big Sick with my wife when it came out, and you and Emily are great, blah blah blah. But like, what's the need in my head to like make up these dream scenarios? And it's not just with celebrities. Like sometimes I'll have fake conversations and things in my head with people that I know, and it's funny because like she's just recently started to caught on to this because I have mannerisms. So like I'll be sitting in the car, like if she's driving or something, and like I'll have a conversation in my head, and it might be just something where I'm redoing an interaction I had that day. Like if I went to the store and and it didn't go as I planned, and I kind of run through it in my head again, and I do something different. But she'll see that I'll start moving my hands a little bit, and she'll go like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, nothing." She says, "Were you just having a conversation in your head again?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it's just like, "You're so weird." And I was like, "Yeah," and I think that is kind of like strange. Like I think a lot of people with anxiety or something, like it's normal for us to like imagine or prep for the scenario, because I remember like back in the days when you used to order pizza by phone, I would like write down what I wanted to get, and then I would write my phone number and my address, so I would have everything prepped, and then I would call the pizza place, and then I would just give them the info I had, and then I would just struggle if they came at me with like a question I was not prepped for. But it's, and to this day, like I freaking love the fact that you can order food online and I don't have to call anywhere. Like the only place I have to call and I avoid it is Wingstop, because for some reason the Wingstop app or whatever, like it does not take my credit card, so I always have to end up calling them and order by phone and then going to pay, and that's just a pain in the ass. So I hardly ever have wings because I don't want to deal with that. And my wife doesn't call. It's like when she originally moved to when she originally moved in with me back in Mexico, like I would go everywhere. I would buy all the food, all the grocery shopping, go get all the takeout and this and that, the stuff that she could easily do, like go to the store. Like she wouldn't do it because it was Mexico, and her excuse was like, I don't know my way around, and if this was the U.S., then I would easily go. And then we moved back to the U.S., and it's not like that at all. Like I still go do everything. And she's still unwilling to go get things, and sometimes like it gets annoying. Like she'll be out and about, and then she'll call me and I'm like, "Oh, like on my way home, like do you want anything?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like in this, I was like, "Oh, I'm not getting off the car. It just has to be a drive-through." It's like, why? Why can't you get off the car? Like it's ridiculous. Like come on. But I've learned to live with those things, and yeah, I got off on that tangent. But I was talking about those conversations in my head and anxiety. So yeah, like, and I still do that. Like, I still prep conversations. I still kind of, I just try to be in that place. I like to be in the zone before I go talk to another person. Even though my wife says I'm very social, like compared to to her, and then my siblings also say I'm the more social one, and I think to an extent it's true. Like I think I am very like easygoing, but it does take me like some time before like I start talking to people like a regular way. Like I'm good at making friends at work, stuff like that, but like talking to strangers like at a store or something, like I can't do that, like at a park or whatever. Like, I'm still dreading the day when I have to take my kid to like some kid's birthday party from friends from school or something. Like, he got invited to like a few parties while he was in kinder, but we weren't in town for those, so we didn't take him. But like, eventually it'll happen, and then I'll have to make friends with other parents during that event. Because there's like cool parents. Like, I've noticed it's like there's like a group of parents that hang out together. Like, I don't know if it's like this in every school or what, but like, I'll go to drop off my kid in the morning, and there's a group of like 6 or 7 moms and dads, and like they're all friendly with each other. And like, I could tell, like, and my kid is friends with most of the kids in that little group. And I don't know, like, I say hi to them and stuff, but what do they talk about? Like, do they know each other from, like, are they neighbors, or what are they doing? Like, they don't think it's weird that you're just hanging around with other parents, and like, I'm just dropping off my kid and then getting the fuck out of there. It's odd, like, and it's been going on since like TK, and he's in first grade right now, and it's the same parents, like, so yeah, I don't know, it's weird stuff, like the whole parent kid, other kids' parents, like, relationships. I say hi to a lot of them. Like, I recognize their faces. I know who their kids are. And I think most parents are like me. Like, we just drop off our kid and we go on. I think those parents that are friends are parents that don't work, or work from home or something, because it's just odd. That's it for today. That's all I got. I just wanted to talk about that Kumail episode. I think it's a good listen. I wish there were more podcasts like that, where it's just like very easygoing. I miss the simpler days of those little casual conversations. Like, another thing, like, who are, like, I think I'm getting old because I don't know any of the celebrities that come out in late night. Like, I don't watch like late night shows anymore, like, while they air. So I only go off like YouTube clips, and there's a bunch of celebrities that go on the show that I do not know, and I only know the old people, and I'm starting to feel like my mom, like when I would watch late night, and back when she was alive, and there was a guest that I didn't know, it was some old person, and my mom was like, "Oh, that's that actor from this movie," and I'm like, "Oh, like, I don't know that guy," and I think I'm reaching that point where I'm just disconnected from all these celebrities, and I feel like a lot of these celebrities are just like TikTokers and YouTubers and stuff. I did have that dream when I was young, I guess, young-ish, when I was in my 20s. I think that's when YouTube really started to blow up, and I wanted to make like YouTube content, and I tried recording myself, and it was the awkwardest thing ever. Like, I am not good in front of a camera. Like, I would just record myself, kind of like what I'm doing here, and I wasn't very animated. I would just talk like normal, like a normal person, and then I would watch it and I'd be like, God damn, like, that's terrible, like. And then I would try to record myself being like fake, like, "Oh, like, hey, welcome to YouTube. Thank you for watching my channel. Blah 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 blah." Like those, like, how they're all like at your face, like very cheerful and stuff. I tried doing that, and I was like, I just couldn't. So I stopped, and then I tried doing like comedy sketches, like, on my own. Like, I would write a little sketch and then record myself, and I would play all the characters, but that never made it anywhere because I didn't know how to clip things. And I think nowadays, like, making videos is a lot more simpler. Back in the day, you had to use all these expensive computer programs, and I think now it's just all like apps on your phone or something. But yeah, like it's crazy. Like if you started early on YouTube, no matter what you do or what you did, if it was unique, like it was a new idea or you were the first one to do it, like you're making money. Like, and I see like a lot of stuff like on YouTube. I'm not a big YouTube watcher, but like I'll get lost in there sometimes, and like there's some bullshit, like people smashing things with their foot and freaking millions of views, or squeezing things, or just the fact that you're eating food and making money is still crazy to me. Like, this is my first time at Wendy's. Oh, I've never had a Baconator in my life. And he's like a fucking 30-year-old. That clearly he's had a Baconator. And then they make content out of just like regular like Wendy's and stuff. And they make them seem like they're fucking food reviewers. Like oh, like this, I won't recommend these chicken nuggets from McDonald's. I prefer the ones at Burger King. Motherfucker, there's a Burger King across the street from my house. It's always empty. Like, I've never seen a soul in there. I don't even think there's employees in there. And then whenever we pass by, my wife and I was like, oh, one day we'll go to that Burger King and get something. Like, I remember they had a good chicken sandwich back in the day. Burger King has never been like a huge thing. It wasn't a huge thing in Mexico, and from living in the States for the time I've been here, it is not big here either. And doing content reviews on fast food is a waste of time. It's a waste of time if you're watching them, but to each his own. I definitely share a love for certain content creators that do eat food, and as much as I like to complain about it, like I will still watch it when it's freaking Instagram throws a video at me, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what that Jersey Mike sub tastes like. Like, I've had it. I know what it tastes like. I know it's good. Like, I don't need to watch that video. But they fucking got me, okay? They fucking got us. They got us watching shitty content, and we can't just step away. Like if Instagram takes away Reels, I'll be so happy. Remember when Instagram didn't have Reels? You would just go in there, watch your friends' stories. I don't even think they had stories back then. You would just go watch your whatever pictures your friends put, and you were done with it. And then you would go back to Facebook and do the same thing, and that's it. But the second TikTok came out, and they did their little short video stuff, and then Reels and Shorts got in it. So now whenever you go in, instead of me looking at my friends' stories, I'm immediately into Shorts and Reels, and I just waste my time in there. I try to say that I'm not on there for more than 2 hours a day, but I'm pretty sure I am, and I wish I had those 2 hours back. Yeah, that's it. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, do your thing. I'm trying to figure out how to get this on Spotify and stuff. I'm procrastinating. Pretty sure it's pretty simple. And when I do, I will let you guys know that it's up, so you can subscribe there. I know I only have 5 subscribers right now, and I think 5 of those subscribers are my friends. So I appreciate you guys for doing it. You know who you are. That's it. Bye.